So it's been a few since I have done an update on Leticia, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to get the dates right here, but we're going to do the best we can. And I have to give credit to Original Al um, because she's getting a lot of the information. Now, she is, and if you haven't subbed to her, I would recommend that you go sub to her. Um, but she is not, now that this is basically with Leticia, um, when it comes to the baby, it's basically done. So the original Al, she's not going to be covering Leticia anymore. Um, Unless something major happens, she might. But she has gotten some really good information. So, again, if there's any big updates or anything like that, I have to say that she has been in contact with Jason. Jason is the maybe father of the child, um, and the one that Leticia has accused of R-ing her. The original Al has talked to him on the phone. He has been in the chat. Excuse me. He's been in the chat, but he can't give out, he doesn't give out information. He does say that, I can't talk about this. So, he's not really saying much in chat. But, and the original Al, she also says that there's a lot of things, that he can't tell her when they do talk. I guess that they have talked on the phone, and they also have like FaceTimed, so she has, seen him, personally. So yes, this is the real Jason. It's not like somebody, just saying that he's this person and, being a fake, a troll or whatever. This is the real deal, okay? And I trust that 100%. Um, anyways, um, Leticia, I was going to do a video because, and then I decided not to because it was just the same thing over and over and over again. She was just, talking about, she's got an obsession with her breast and breastfeeding, and she was just constantly, showing us her girls, um, and just talking, off the wall stuff. She was working out again, and she thinks that everybody that's working out might be able to smell the milk in her breast and staring at her in a sexual way, and just smoking, her pot. She's got plenty of pot. She does. I know I talk about that a lot when I cover Leticia, but for someone that, is homeless, living in her vehicle, and has no means to support herself, or even though she does get a disability check, um, she had nothing for this baby. She had plenty of pot. So I don't even know exactly where I left off on my last video. I do believe, uh, I said the baby was taken away. She had the baby. It was taken away. She had a court date. And now I did not think she would even show up to this court date. I believe the court date was last week. And this was for the baby. If she was going to have the baby taken away, if she was going to take steps to get the baby, what was going to happen to the baby. She said she wasn't going to go. I just didn't think she was going to. So, again, with the original Al, she got the scoop on exactly what happened. So, Leticia, she did show up. And her mother actually drove from Arkansas to Illinois. Um, I believe the court date was on the 7th. Don't quote me on that. I believe it was the 7th. I could be mistaken on that date. But she did show up. Um, and her mother drove all that way, and it's like 400 and some miles, maybe even a little more. And her mother showed up, and Leticia did have a court appointed attorney. Um, Now, how do we know all this? Because Jason did speak to the original Al, and he was also there by Zoom, okay? Zoom meeting. And he had his attorney. And now, when I'm listening to this, I'm thinking, okay, if she had her mother, I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna try to fight, or maybe she showed up hoping that she got to see Jason, and either by Zoom or hoping that he would be there in court. And maybe that's why she showed up. I don't know, or maybe she um, had to show up, or was chance, going to jail. I don't know. She does have a court date tomorrow. Now, I might not get this video out until tomorrow, on the 14th. She has court again. We're just going to backtrack this. She has court in Illinois for resisting arrest. They did have, I'm not sure what the other charge was. There was another charge, and there was a charge for endangerment of the child, probably from smoking, the pot, and maybe resisting arrest while she was pregnant. That's when they arrested her, right? Right before she gave birth, and she went into labor in jail because of the warrant. There's still an active warrant in Arkansas. So, anyways, she does have to show up on the 14th. Okay, dogs interrupted, so I lost my train of thought because I put it on pause. So, I believe she does have court tomorrow. One of the charges that they did drop, I believe, was the endangerment. So, don't know if she's going to show up or not. We have no clue where she's at, if she went back to Arkansas with her mother, or if she is still in Illinois. But when she did show up to court, she was ready and willing to sign over rights to baby Jay. She did name him, I guess, Jason. But they are just calling him baby Jay at this point in time. And she was kind of playing with the judge, because the judge asked her if she knew what she was doing and what this means, by her terminating her rights, that it was forever. And what she said was, well, if that's what, the courts think is best, and, they took the baby from me, I guess, while I was nursing. She tried that little game there, and I guess the judge said no. I need to, basically make sure what you're doing. And I guess he also asked, have you smoked any marijuana? And she said yes. And he asked, is that going to, impair your judgment? She said no. And then he asked, I guess, you need to take a little time, or you need to speak with your attorney, so that he can explain to you what is going on here. I'm not saying this word for word, of course, because I wasn't there. So I guess her attorney took her out of the courtroom for about 15-20 minutes, and they came back, And when they came back, the judge went over all the questions again, and I guess over and over. And she just kept at the way she responded was yes, sir, no, sir, um, when he was asking her the questions. And I guess he just kept asking, to make sure that he was dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, making sure she knew that this was permanent, that, after she signed these papers, there was no going back, that it was, voluntary. She was not being forced. She was giving up her rights, terminating her rights, and nobody was forcing her to do so. She wasn't under the influence, under any type of whatever. So she signed over the rights to this baby, like she said she was going to do. Okay. And she did it pretty calmly. And then that was it. That basically was it. She put up no fight at all. Nothing. And so that's what happened with court. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with Jason and with the baby. There has been no DNA test yet. It has been scheduled. But from what they're saying, he has been listed as the father of the baby by her. So, and the baby is in a loving home. The only information that was given out is the foster mother gave the baby the first bottle in the hospital, and the foster father is a police officer. So he is in a very loving home. And at this point, it's just all up in the air on what's going to happen. I mean, if Jason is the father, he can make the choice to raise this child by himself. He can make the choice to let these people raise this baby and still be in this baby's life. From what has been said, he travels, I think, a lot for his work, and he's a single man. So, anyways, this came from Jason himself. He is not discussing any other anything else about the other situation. I think where I left off at is she still has a warrant in Arkansas for the false police report on Jason. That is still active, okay? But she still got to deal with this court case tomorrow for resisting arrest in Illinois, and the other charge, which I don't remember what it was. But then she still got to deal with whatever back in Arkansas, the, false police report on, with Jason, saying that he R'd her. I think after, everything that we have heard and seen, the majority of us can come to the conclusion that he did not R her. So it looks like her channel, her YouTube channel, she's in another timeout from the threats and everything that she has put out there. It looks like she cannot go live. It's been like 6 days or so since she has been, since she did a live video. So I think a lot of people seen that coming. She was making a lot of threats. She was talking a lot of disgusting things that she did with animals. She was making, some threats to other people. She was talking about doing some mushrooms. Now, the reason why I mentioned the mushrooms is we've seen some really bizarre stuff happening a few days ago. There was a post that she made that said, and I'm not saying it word for word, I don't have it in front of me, but it says something like, this was a community post. It said something like, I love you, Jason, come to me now. And the spelling was, or the grammar was just really strange. Uh, but is she talking about the baby or is she talking about the father? Don't know, because, she named this baby after Jason. But, anyways, a lot of people thought that she got hacked because what she is saying, she's responding back to a lot of people in there. Now, she already said that she didn't mod anybody, right? How's that possible? Because she had a mod. So if you don't give anybody a wrench, I don't know how that works, because somebody was a mod in there for, but she said she never modded anybody. But anyways, she is saying some really crazy stuff in there. So that's why a lot of people thought she was hacked, because some of the stuff she was saying in there is that she was married to the baby's father and they were coming to her, that she never signed any papers, and that the foster parents were, I'm going to say, K'd, okay? I don't want my channel struck. They were K'd, and they died the most miserable death for stealing her baby, and it goes on and on and on. A lot of comments have been deleted, but she has responded back, and just very bizarre. Some words are misspelled, right? That's, unlike Leticia. She doesn't normally misspell words. She's also just really out there on a lot of things that she's saying to people now, more than usual. I mean, very, like I said, she's saying, you know, she's married to Jason. Well, she says the father of her baby, and they're coming to her, and, the foster parents are no longer living, and just a lot of bizarre things. So a lot of people thought she was hacked, and they're saying that. But she has made, on Facebook, she has made a post on Facebook, and she is making some post on her Instagram. Now, the post she's making on Instagram, they look like they're coming from a book or something. It doesn't look like it's her own words. And that's something that the original Al has pointed out. So, anyways, it's just really bizarre. Now, I'm just thinking to myself, either, maybe postpartum has really hit her hard, or maybe she was doing those mushrooms if she had them, and she's really tripping bad, or she's got this court case and she's going to try to do the insanity plea, right? Like she's really lost her mind and she's not responsible for her actions. Because she has to face also, like I said, she has to go back to Arkansas, because she can only run for so long, because after she takes care of this court thing tomorrow, she's already going to be in the courthouse. How does she know that, they're not going to be ready for her in Arkansas? They might have had enough and say, you know what? No, she might be a danger with everything that they have, videos and stuff. Who knows what Jason's lawyer might be pushing and saying, hey, she's a danger to Jason. and we want something done. I know, she's like 400 plus miles away, but they could be pushing them to, you need to arrest her, you need to do something, because if she was a man, in my opinion, they would not be so lenient about this warrant, okay? Especially with all the threats that she has made on video, you know, on what she wanted to do to the victim, her victim. So maybe that is why all of a sudden, in the last couple of days or so, uh, we see this really very bizarre behavior. I mean, her behavior has been bizarre anyways. We know she has mental health issues. That's a given. But this is even, this is really way out there. More than usual. So I don't know if it's a game that she's playing, because she plays a lot of games, or if she has really, really lost it. So only time will tell. Now, she did say that, once she gave this baby up, she wasn't going to be posting as much. But see, she's getting money. She's getting money from her supporters. She still has a lot of people that believe her. A lot of people are okay with the things that she says, and they are sending her money. So, again, if she could post on YouTube, do her videos, I think she would still be doing them, and still being, especially after, signing over her rights. I think she would be doing videos if she could. But I do think that she got a longer ban this time. Last time, I believe it was for 2 weeks after her attempt. So I think she would be to be getting that money, and a lot of people, excuse me, just from YouTube, but a lot of people are sending in donations. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just have to, like I said, I don't think the original Al, I don't think she's going to talk much on her unless something major happens. She already said she's not going to cover her anymore, because she didn't want to add, it has to be painful no matter what, even though we have seen so much nonsense in the last 9 months from her. It still has to be so painful when you are giving up a child, even though she did nothing to try to help herself or try to keep this baby at all. We know that. But it's still, she would have to have no emotions and no feelings and no empathy. And I don't believe that. I do believe she has pain and she does have feelings. I just think there's a lot of mental health issues there that has not been addressed, and she's not willing to get the proper help that she needs. And I've said it before, it's clear that the marijuana is not doing the job. And if she is doing mushrooms on top of the mental issues that she has, that's not doing her any good. So, again, we don't know where she's at. She could have went home with her mother. That is a good possibility. But she has to be at court in Illinois. So, who knows at this point? There was a lot of supporters that were offering her a place to stay. That could be an option too. We just don't know. She hasn't put anything out there. It's all gibberish right now on her Instagram, as well on her Facebook. She just put one post. Basically, the post was, everybody's going to burn in hell for taking a baby away from a loving and capable mother. So that's where I'm going to end it. I know I was kind of all over the place because yeah, it's been a while since I did an update on her. But that's where we're at. She signed away her rights. Her rights are terminated. That's pretty permanent. Um, it was, in my opinion, the best thing that she could have done for that baby. And um, now, I guess we'll just find out, maybe we'll find out, maybe we won't, who the father is of this child. Um, or maybe it just doesn't matter. The baby is in a very good home, being taken care of. Um, Leticia has no claims to this baby. The other condition was in the state of Illinois, in the paperwork she signed, she cannot contact this baby or this when the baby gets older until he's 21. So I find that a little strange. I thought, most of the time it's 18, right? Um, but it's 21. So she cannot have contact at all. So hopefully she never finds out. Oh, that's the other thing. There was a post of a baby, and it was supposed to be like the foster mother reaching out to her. That was not her baby, and that was not the foster parent. I think somebody did, and don't quote me on this, did a reverse picture, and that was like a picture of somebody else's child from a few years back. Again, don't quote me on that, but that was not the foster mother reaching out to her. Um, and that was not her child, from what people are, you know, that know are saying. And I didn't think that, that would be the foster mother reaching out to her anyways. That's unethical. Um, and, she would lose her license, being, being a foster mother. So I didn't think that was real. She just went with it. I don't know if she made it up or if somebody sent that to her, trolling her. I don't know. But right now, the baby is safe. She has court tomorrow. Don't know if she'll post anything on Facebook or Instagram. Um, and I don't even know how that works. If you're banned from Facebook, or not Facebook, on YouTube, if you're still allowed to if you can still make community post. I don't know. Somebody can answer that question. I don't know. Uh, but she's not making any videos right now. I do think she got struck. So I'm going to go. If anything major happens, then I will do another video on Leticia. If nothing does, then that's where my story's going to end on her. Like I said, if anything comes up, then I'll cover it. But if not, baby's safe, and that's what's important. I really hope she gets the help she needs, because she's important too, right? But that baby is what, we were really concerned about. So we'll just catch you again if anything major comes up.